Brandon Block. I'm one of the co-founders of Hometeam. Right now we're kicking off a project for Robinson Helicopters, and we're taking this story all around the world. You know, our model is based on working with the best crews as close to the story as possible. So here in Arizona, we're working with Reelbros, and they're just best in class at highly technical filmmaking. So we could come in and very immediately start working as like one big team together.
Working with Reelbros is an exciting opportunity because they've got all the toys and they bring the fun. These guys know how to rig, they know how to do wild things. They're using tools that I don't know how to use and should not be allowed near to create something physically to put in a helicopter to have a camera mounted to it. They're solving really technical problems with really cool ways, and you couldn't ask for a better team to do this stuff with helicopters in a really cool way.
You know, it's always fun, first off, to work with Hometeam. We've worked on a few projects in the past, and it's been great, but it's all been remote. So this is the first time we've actually been face-to-face on a project, and this time, not only are we doing something for Robinson, we're using their helicopters to film their helicopters and using the tools around it to make it look as cool as we possibly can.
I'm Ryan Clifton, CMO of Multiplier, and we're focused on building cultural currency. We've been working with Robinson Helicopters for about a year and focusing on how we can help tell their story. It's not a really hard story to tell, it's just pointing the camera at these incredible machines doing incredible things. And as we've gotten into it, you know, on the outside you think about helicopters and it's like, okay, it's transport to get from point A to point B, but then you start learning all the other stories of things people do I had never known about. And when I heard these stories, we just thought, well, let's go and tell those stories, right? Through learning about the utility and seeing the utility, it's like, that's what we're doing now. I mean, rigging up helicopters and filming things in ways that we'd otherwise not be able to film at all, which has been really cool just to see that come to life in the past couple of days.
The reason I came to the Hometeam is because they're able to have this giant network of filmmakers everywhere they go. So we're able to come here, work with the Reelbros. They have all the toys, they have everything ready to go, and they're just ready to roll with whatever we throw their way.
As a filmmaker, we're always trying to find interesting stories and find things that haven't been told. But the cool thing is, like, this is kind of the start of the story here at Quantum for a lot of people. This is a venue of something that I've never seen before, and the people that I've been able to meet so far and talk to and see how, like, yeah, this took me to this place and I was able to do this thing. It's just, it's not what I expected at all. And it's been really amazing to see these people who are able to do something they love so much. The genuine love that everyone has, especially when they fly a Robinson, they're just like, there's nothing like it.
Being around camera movement systems a lot, this was an experience that I'll never forget. It was incredible. Our whole team put together our knowledge of past experiences to be able to even rig a camera in a position like this, dial down those vibrations that would normally come through, and it turned out amazing. The camera was super smooth, everything was working properly, the day was perfect, weather was awesome, our pilot was great, Steve was great with his direction, and I really just had an easy job with everything set in place.
It's always fun to see how excited everybody gets on set with us when they're around the toys. Having an RC car that mounts a camera to it is such an obscure thing for a lot of people that it just kind of opens this conversation with you, and you're talking with these helicopter mechanics at the facility and people that are traveling around doing commercials and working at agencies, and they all have this excitement around this technology and these pieces of equipment that we're using to create these films with. And that's kind of fun and interesting just to sit down and have a conversation with somebody about how unique and interesting our approach is to filmmaking. So we actually took an entire day, weeks prior to the shoot, to go visit the helicopters, take some measurements of the cabin space, and look at potential rigging points that we could have. And from there, we began to design an idea that would allow us to mount in that space safely and kind of support the weight that we needed to support off the actual structure of the aircraft.
Not being able to mount the camera on the outside of the aircraft and being limited to the inside of that 2.5 foot, 3 foot door on the rear of that aircraft, we're still be able to pull off amazing shots with the combination of the pilot, the DP, and the camera operator inside that aircraft to maneuver that bird around however we need to. Typically you'd have a 360, but to not have a 360 point of view, we've been able to capture some pretty amazing shots in the window we've had, and literally the window we've had.
Landing and getting done with, our runs, everyone was super excited to see the shot. Everything was custom. Our guys here put in all their effort and their knowledge to get these shots.
This brand is a global brand, and a global brand should be able to tell a global story. By being able to work with the best filmmakers in all these places where these stories live, we're going to enable Robinson to tell the story they deserve to tell.
Production, especially at this scale and going around the world to work, it takes a lot of trust. And trust is earned, and you work with the people that you like to work with. And Home Team bringing in Reelbros, it's this community that is built around trust, and everybody has a working relationship with each other. And it's allowed us to work really quickly, work really nimbly, and to scale and to capture more than maybe we dreamed we'd be able to whenever we first started this project.